the rejects so much that instead of me being like, oh, I want these guys to get killed, like, it made me cheer for them, you know? It made me be like, oh my god, so like,
Free from Hell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, go check it out. It's a really, you could do a 7-day trial, and it's really cool. And then Shudder does really have some really good stuff. I know my niece and nephew were really stoked that I got Shudder because they were watching Halloween, and they were like, oh, this is the movie that she gets killed. And I'm like, how do you guys know about this? But they were watching, I think they were watching, forgot what on Shudder. But when I left to work, but I mean, it's cool to see the younger generation kind of pay attention to the older movies and stuff, and like the movies that you grew up with. And we touched about it the last episode and stuff, and it's fun now to see, like, you know, maybe I wasn't into horror when I was their age, but now they're into horror. So it's cool to, like, you know, we could talk about that, you know, off screen, and like tell them like, oh, you know, this was done this time, and this actor was supposed to play this part, and then he didn't, and they love the Scream movies, by the way. So I got to see it with them. But
hard not to love those movies.
Yeah,
especially if you're a fan of movies.
Yeah, so they really enjoy it. So shout out to them, and but you know, thank you for wrecking those, because those were perfect for my week.
Nice,
awesome.
I got 2. So the final season of Schitt's Creek is up on Netflix. It's just, I love the show. I've always liked it, and after their Emmy sweep, where they all won an Emmy.
Yeah.
They all won one. Like, I was explaining it to Nan, like, I got a little just choked up, because, like, he got his dad an Emmy. He wrote a character, directed his dad, and his dad got an Emmy from that.
Yeah.
He got an Emmy from that. It was like Oprah. They're just giving Emmys out to all of Schitt's Creek. So the final season's up. I would recommend watching that whole series. First couple episodes are rough, not gonna lie, but they hit their stride, and it's enjoyable. It's really fun. And then the second one is an older sports movie, not too old, but it has Kevin Costner in it, and it's Tin Cup. It's on HBO Max right now.
Rene Russo.
Yes, Rene Russo, Cheech. It's if you like golf, which I don't know if many people do or not, but it's fun. The movie's a great movie, and there's a scene in it where he just doesn't give up, and that's always his like failure part, where he just goes for it. I love that movie. It's a rated R, but not a hard R. It's just cussing. It's like just a golf pro who has an enemy who's a pro now, and he ends up trying to get on the circuit to impress Rene Russo, which is his enemy's girlfriend. He does, and then it's about him trying to not be his own enemy again. So it's really nice, really good movie, fun, funny, and you know, Kevin Costner's just a cool guy. He plays cool characters.
Yeah.
So he's just a chill dude, and it really comes off in this one. So I would recommend Tin Cup if you're a fan of sports movies. Even if you're not a fan of golf, this one's just a good one altogether. I'd be saying this and Happy Gilmore, 2 best golf movies ever made.
that you can arguably watch without being a fan of the sport. No?
Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. Both of those movies, you could do that without being a fan of the sport. You don't even understand it, because they explain it to dummies who are watching it. Like, because Rene Russo is learning how to play golf, so you kind of learn with her if you don't know golf.
Yeah.
And that's, exposition.
Kind of like when he did McFarlane.
Yeah.
Same thing. They explain how you win a race and stuff, you know.
My buddy loves that movie.
Yeah, McFarlane's a really good movie.
Cross country one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's cool.
So those are my 2.
Nonchalant.
2 recs.
Yeah, cool.
What about you, Wes?
Nice. I just have one. I watched it last night for the first time. It's an After Dark film called Dread from 2009. It's basically about a couple of college students who decide to create like this film for a thesis project basing it on people's fears, and they start to take it a little too far, if you know what I mean. I really enjoyed this one. It's obviously like a lot of stuff that we review on this show. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's pretty good. It's a slow burn. It takes a while to get started. You got to really commit to it. But then towards the middle of the film, it really picks up, and then I feel like you have a great payoff after that. So as long as you're willing to be patient with this, it's a good film. It's called Dread. It's pretty wild.
Nice.
I enjoyed it. It was a first time watch for me. Recommended to me by one of my good friends. So, check out Dread. It's on Prime, and then
Prime?
You can, if you don't have Prime, you can watch it for free with ads on Tubi right now.
Nice.
Sick.
Anyone else? Or are we good?
I think
we're good to go.
Is that everyone?
I think that's all the Rex.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're moving into the
Movie focus
of the week.
Do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
All right, so this week's main focus will be Tiny's. It's Basket Case, rated R, from 1982. It's a horror comedy. It runs at 1 hour and 31 minutes. It's got a 77 on Rotten.
Blows my fucking mind.
Written and directed by Frank Henenlotter, starring Kevin Van Hentenryck, Terry Susan Smith, and Beverly Bonner. The story follows a young man from upstate New York who seeks vengeance on the doctors who wrongly detached him from his brother as a young boy. Basket Case was shot on 16mm for a measly $35,000 and was first conceived while director Henenlotter walked around the then very seedy and dark Times Square. During the late 70s and early 80s, the horror genre was booming, with some great directors and original ideas being released from John Carpenter, David Cronenberg, and the man behind the ultra-weird Phantasm, Don Cascarelli. Fans were hungry and consuming as much terror as they could get their hands on. As unlikely as it would seem, Henenlotter struck gold with his bonkers tale, which spins outlandish comedy with vengeance and, of course, supreme practical gore effects. Doing decent at the box office and becoming a midnight movie phenomenon, the success didn't stop there, as it continued to crush when released on video. Even though you can see Frank Henenlotter's influence is worn wholeheartedly on his sleeve, he chose to go down a more simplistic road, with this one giving us, the viewers, a fun, sleazy grindhouse picture that never attempts to take itself too seriously. Despite the questionable acting and weird transitions, the film manages to capture something that has virtually disappeared from our modern reality, and that's how creepy and unnerving early 80s New York City truly was. As I'm sure we all know, Basket Case is surely not in everyone's palate, but it is definitely a necessary evil for us genre fans. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Wow.
That was a...
I give that a 77% rating.
All right, Tiny, let us know why you picked this film, what it means to you, your earliest memories of Basket Case.
Well, honestly, I think I said on the last episode it was my first time watch, dude. But the reason I chose it was I kind of knew about it, but I've never had the chance to actually watch it. I guess, like I said, I might as well take this time with the podcast and do an episode on it during spooky time. So here it is, you know, and honestly, dude, and then once I told certain people that I was watching, they're like, dude, that movie's fucking nuts. It's totally fucking, and I was like, yep, that's what I'm about. Everything you're describing, I'm about that, dude. And honestly, I don't know who else is a first time watcher, but this shit was fucking, I thought it was pretty amazing, dude.
That was the first and last time.
Yeah, there you go.
That was my first time.
I liked it as a horror fan. If you can get over like the cheesy stuff and all that, it was pretty good, dude. I could probably like show this to somebody like one day and be like, "Yo, I watched this movie,"
Yeah,
and then see what they have to say about it. So yeah, that's why I chose it. I'm more interested to see what you guys have to say about this one as first time watchers.
Everybody's just shaking their head in disbelief over here, man.
Not doing anything. I'm not.
Okay.
Look, Diego can't even speak English right now. He's like...
Ahorita
There's a basket right now. I was a little worried
puedo
about.
hablar inglés. Resto del...
No sé.
Someone hit the stop button.
Oh, what's up? All right.
Who wants to go now? I'll say you wait for me.
I want to save this motherfucker for the last. It was definitely I want to say a tough watch, especially because I wasn't even to this day I'm not into a lot of 70s movies or 80s the horror movies.
Yeah.
I was about to say, get it right. 82?
82, but it's early 80s, which is still very heavy 70s style.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked like I'm
Leaning
watching
on
the
it.
porn from Boogie Nights. Like,
it
right?
Yeah.
It's like I've seen some retro stuff on Pornhub, and it's pretty close.
And it was a definitely tough watch for me. Like I said, I'm not a fan of it, but I do give it an A for effort because it was creative. You've never seen something like that. Even nowadays, you don't see a director go out and do something so unpredictable. Like,
or they're taking like
risk.
a premise like the Vengeance film.
Yeah.
The Revenge film has been done to death.
Yeah,
but not like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not a Siamese,
It's
not a
fucking-
Siamese
the trailer?
twin.
Fucking
But he's not
bonkers.
even
Not a
Asian.
Siamese twin in the basket. What's in the basket?
My brother.
And,
My God.
but I definitely like the originality of the film. It's definitely something. It's like Toxic Avenger.
Exactly.
Not a lot of people like the
Yeah.
Toxic Avenger.
Trauma.
You know?
Trauma all the way. You know?
And even though I like the Toxic Avenger, a lot of people don't. But that's cool because, like, they have an audience for everybody. So I mean, it was fun just to watch it. You know, just to experience it. Experience some movies once, I guess. It cannot be. It's not. Hey, I'll be honest. Not my cup of tea. But I definitely found out. Like, yeah, there's at that stage of movie making, there are definitely directors that are making risky moves, and for him it paid off. Look,
Yeah.
look, it made good. So,
I mean, fuck, there's two more.
Mm-hmm. And at the beginning, did it say it was like a piece of art?
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
That's insane.
Good.
So I mean, like,
I guess that's like the horror comedy part, right?
like I said, it's just like one of those movies that you got to see once, kind of like Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, different movies that Bubba Hotep, like a bunch of movies that
All of those movies that you hated.
Yeah. But I enjoy it because it you know, it showed that somebody believed in somebody and that they made good on their art, even though it wasn't the best. But they still got it out there, and to them, it's a credit to them, and a discredit to some of the people that don't dare and go out and make that dream happen. You know.
Well, also you have to think about that the crew members are intentionally making these films to be like this.
Yeah.
It's a genre in itself. It's campy. It's fun. It's weird. It's satirical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
True that.
And
Or they decided, hey, this be fucked up. Let's say we did this on purpose.
after everything's done,
Yeah, they're like, fuck.
this is terrible.
Somebody thought
Yeah.
of this.
It's
and
like
then
The
wrote it
Room.
down.
It's like The Room.
Let's say we did this on purpose.
Once again, it worked.
You know, I mean, hey,
This guy.
he probably spent some leftover 35
Is,
grand on
have
the
you seen?
publicist.
Have you seen any of this other guy's work? The like Frankenhooker or fucking
No, but I
Brain
went,
Damage.
I went down on IMDb and I'm like, motherfucker. He has a career. So I looked at it and then I saw, I started clicking it and I saw, oh, they're in it again. They're in it again. And you know what I thought of? Bowfinger.